Okay. The lip color theory kind of reminds me of how Shoka and Botanical have the same alpha color. Yeah, right, but it looks different. Color theory. Yeah, that's why, like, some people, like, different colors will look better on some and won't because of their undertone. Oh, Garby, I was saying how, this brown color, this dark brown color, right? It's darker in real life. It's like pink on me. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's what it looks like. But then it looks like this on me. So. And how, like, if I try to find colors like this and putting it on me, actually looks orange. Crazy, right? But you know that. You're an artist. You know that. Okay. So today we're building... Hello, Cloudy. We're building the bullet train, which is right here. Oh. This case is not final. There will be more screw points in production unit. Bottom case if you're not final. Okay. Okay, they have... This is my disclaimer. Okay. Whoa. Look at it. It's already built, so we're good to go. Good build stream. Good talk. They did send me a creator's note. So this is actually live right now, at least until, what is it, March 8th, right? Oh my gosh. Olive's not on Instagram. He's too cool for that. But yeah, in group by right now, as you guys may or may not see, it is like, I wouldn't say it's like a bullet, it's more like a credit card. A big calculator. But it is low profile. Let's see. There's like a lot of... There's not too much here. But let's see. Looks like there's 5 colors. So there's black, dark green, lilac, pink, silver. This is the black colorway. Starts at $170. We'll have both wired hot swap and wireless hot swap. And then in terms of layout, you'll either have the split bars, which you see here, or you'll have a big bar. So for context, for those who don't know, Upas has always been very supportive, especially when it comes to like the 40s community. I don't know if I'd say he's like a 40s main, but you know, Canon Keys notoriously like has a lot of, you know, 40s boards and like split ergos and ortho boards, and their keycap sets always have like 40s compat. So Upas has always been a huge supporter, at least within like the small board community. So not surprised to see something like this coming out from them, but the sport's fun. I always wonder if something like this make a good gaming board. Yeah. Oh, just like the small... Well, the thing is, I don't think it's designed for gamers, but I could see it being for like, if you only need like the WASD. However, I think it's more so, it's like a small board. And yeah, we'll just look at it, and then I'll go back to the notes if needed. But today's board that we're going to be building, this is called the Bullet Train in Group Buy right now. And yeah, it is small, right? One thing to note is that it's very, very flat. This one has already been pre-assembled for me, but just looking at the top, so your numbers only go to 6, so from 7 and down just does not exist. You have this little LED indicator on the corner over here. the bezels, at least throughout the entire board, is going to be the same. And this part, yeah, it's just bare, there's just nothing there. However, there is a hole, and they said it's more so like for like a keychain holder or something you want to add here. So very unique, have not seen anything like it. They say it is keychain slash charm hole on the top right. As you guys know, I love charms, so I mean, theoretically, you could put, you know, something like a charm right here. I don't know how it is in terms of like the charm having this part, and this part might like be raised, but it's there, right? The hole is there. I don't know how they would have incorporated that without kind of adding that like hump. Maybe it's contingent on the keychain that you put there. And then you do have this part that's been kind of like machined out. It almost looks like a sticker could be put here, either one that they provide or like you just put, but that is there. Da, 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 da. But yeah, so we already talked about the indicator. This does have no sharp corners, right? And there is like a bevel all throughout the top case. That's the top side. Here is the side profile. So low profile, as you can see, it's very slender. That's why I say it's almost like a calculator or like a credit card rather than like a bullet train. But yeah, that's the side. You can see the top case, and then there is a seam for the bottom case. And you can see it's very, very small, right? You can see the seam right there. And then here is the back. So it says there will be more screw points. The case is not final. The bottom and the feet are not final, so we're not going to talk about it. But it does use screws on the case, as you can see right there. And then you have the USB side. So do have the Canon Key logo right here, so branding right there. And then it has a right-hand USB port right there. And then front lip, which is pretty much the same as the side. Looks like... So this board is also highlighting the PFF or low profile keycaps. So Penguin Belly Slide, so PBS, but now you have the low profile, and there will be two upcoming. So there will be the Verdant Retro, which is a colorway you guys may or may not be familiar with already, and then WAP, right? This one is not the same as we see here, but I'm guessing this is more so them introducing and showing guys that what they're thinking about, at least in the future, right? So it's called PFF. PFF. This is the KeyCast set that they've ran earlier, but I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Poron. There's another plate. Oh, Pressy, what's up? This is... What's this you? Oh. Something's here, something's here. Mullet. Switches. Okay. So, low profile needs low profile switches, right? The devices are... let's see. They gave me a separate plate, but I don't actually know. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that you can get wired hot swap, wireless hot swap, but you can also get wired solder. You can buy a sleeve, which I'm assuming is the same carrying case that we opened it in. it does come with angling feet, which is what this part is. And then you can also buy the switches. So it looks like they're offering reds, silent reds, browns, silent browns. And then you can buy the keycaps here if you want, right? Does this come as... Okay, it is bare bones. Alright, cool. It looks like in terms of plates, you have... It's just aluminum plate. Does it come with... So it comes with an FR4 plate, but you can buy an aluminum plate as an extra. Oh, hello, Anna. Hello. Thanks for watching, it's D. Anna's here, so if you guys have any questions, you can ask. Alright. But let's... I try to debate if we open it up first. Yeah, let's open it up. Okay. Let's see. This is those. Okay. I turned the ads, the ad notification back on. So I would, so you guys would know and I would know. I mean, subs don't get hit with ads, but just in case I'm like talking about something, ads starts. That way the mods know as well, and if it starts, they can delay it or whatnot. They can choose what they want to do. So as mentioned in the little paper sheet, but the screws are not final. This does use the daughter board. Oh, okay. So it's actually not connected to this part, so you don't really have to worry about it whenever you take it apart. It's just on this piece itself. And then boo-boo is good. It's gone now. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but you can kind of... If you were here in person, you could kind of see where they like put it in, but I'm good. I got my blood drawn today. I should get my results back tomorrow. We'll see. It's just an annual checkup. Nothing crazy. I'm not sick or anything. At least that I know of. Okay. So it does use the Molex, so it should just boop, break away. And then taking it apart. Oh, okay. So it's interesting because I was like, this part right here, maybe you could put a sticker, but I'm assuming this is the battery component, right? Oh, it is for a sticker. Okay. Wow, you guys see? Yeah, I think like this part would be cool for like a sticker, but there's nothing here, so maybe that's like something like people could do, but it actually is. And then the internal cavity, I'm assuming, is for the battery if you were to get the wireless. The daughter board, you can see it's right here. Looking at the top case, so yeah, do have this cavity. If you do get wireless, looks like there is a diffuser piece right here that's held on by 2 screws for the LEDs. Right, and in terms of mounting, it looks like there's 4 gaskets that you would put on the PCB, which would go and soften at least against the case, but then the plate has 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs, right? So interesting. And then if we look at this one, so PCB, this one is the hot swap. So no LEDs. There's a physical reset button, but no indicator as far as I can see for caps lock. But then I'm guessing the PCB has, you can't see it because the gasket's already installed, but it looks like there are lines to indicate where you should put the gaskets from I don't know, can I see this? Yeah, there are. I don't want to take the gaskets off, but here you can see it does show you where to put the gaskets. So you have the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there are no gaskets on the tabs right here. So from my understanding, at least looking at it, the mounting is going to be placed on the PCB itself and not the plate tabs, right? And the tabs are more so alignment to keep the PCB in place, right? So while this has 4 tabs, it's mostly due to the nature of this like not being a traditional rectangle. I'm assuming these are alignment tabs, and then the gaskets will actually go on the PCB itself, but there are lines indicating where to put them, so you know for that. And then yeah, the bottom case is just a flat piece. But feet are not permanent. You can see the cutout right here. And yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's take this off. Oh god, it just pops off. Oh, it just pops off. So this one has a PC plate, but you know what? I feel like it did not see PC plate on the extras, so let me double check. I see aluminum plates, but I don't see PC plates, so I'm assuming that the PC plate is not an option later, or it's not an option. Okay. Alright. Are the mods spamming chat right now? Oh, the PC plate is an option? Okay, yeah, I don't see it, but maybe I'm just... I see the 2 aluminum plates, but no PC plates. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Upas. Wow, Anna and Upas are both here, so you guys can answer. If you guys have any questions, you can ask them. So nice. I mean, honestly, I stream at a really weird time. Not weird, but just like in the evening, so I guess like most people are like relaxing at home. And it's actually very rare that I do a review stream around this time. Good time for us, yeah. Winter Olympics started today? Yeah, I saw. Okay, so for this one, it looks like the stabilizers are not PCB. I'm guessing because low profile, but disclaimer, I've only built like one low profile, and that was like a long time ago. But these are the plate mount stabilizers. Looks like there was foam that came with it. Is this default that comes with the case, or is this an add-on? Plate foam comes with it. Okay, plate foam comes with it. So if you guys are interested. Is this something you have to build with? Yeah, they carried it. Ask us how we know. Like, just ask us how we know. What to have for dinner? You should eat... I'm personally craving some, like, either a steak or, like, soup. Quick question, what software should I use to test a ZMK PCB? Got a Photon from Canon Keys. Oh, you did? Steak soup. Is there such thing as steak soup? I feel like that would be interesting. Alright, so we've actually deconstructed it, but I realized that I probably should have done a type test for this before I did that, but it's already done, so what can we do about it? However, I will post this on social media while I remember. Oh, well, and new poster here. I do have a question for this like keychain charm holder. What's like the best practice? I'm guessing because you have like the feet lifted and maybe that will help, but if you were to like put something on here, but it's like flat, wouldn't the keychain kind of make it like lift it? So I was wondering, is it more so once you put the feet on there and lift it that you don't have to worry about that? So it's like not ideal for... Okay, changed it. Okay, got it. Perfect. So you guys heard that. Break nails? Who's breaking nails? The bottom case doesn't have that part. The triangle on the top case is thinner. Does it go all the way to the desk? Oh, yeah, now that you pointed out, I do see it. Okay, I'll show you guys what I'm seeing in case you guys like, what is she talking about? So like right here, you can see. So there will be a gap for the chain, the keychain rings right here. I mean, it would have to be a certain size of a keychain ring. You can't use like a huge one, but yeah. Okay. You guys, you guys ever, you guys ever like whip out your phone or like your camera opens and you're just like looking like Jabba the Hutt? It's like, oh, jump scare. Like your front camera opens. Oh, wow. I should have taken it with. Okay, it's fine. Let me put this on so it doesn't look as like... My self-esteem is too high, yeah. Okay. Every time I redeem your virtual Pokemon cards. Lauren's gonna see this and be like, she's streaming right now? Sorry, Lauren. Canon Keys. This is the bullet train. And then Black Mirror. Oh wait, I got tagged. Oh, nice. I see. Review. Accept. Okay. Okay. How sassy is Lauren when she speaks? Lauren's actually very nice to me. Well, not, I don't want to say actually, like it's a surprising thing, but she's very nice to me, so that's not really something I worry about, or I could speak to of, I guess. Lauren's my cousin, for those who are like, who is Lauren? I have an event with her tonight, and I was gonna stream this after, but I didn't know how long it was gonna be, and I thought maybe it would run over. I mean, most of the time when Lauren's mad, she's like shit talking in Chinese, so. Oh wow, there's like a bullet train emoji. I didn't know that. Let's see. Boop. Bullet. Okay. Twitch. I used to have in my streaming software, it would tweet for me whenever I went live. But I don't know what happened to it, unfortunately. Oh, wait, I remember. It's because I stopped using it because they got caught like copying another start or another streaming. It was like this whole thing, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna swap off of it. But I don't remember which one it was. I want to say it was like Streamlabs OBS before. I'm gonna live for like 2 hours. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they basically like copied a bunch of work. Okay, but anyways, let's build it with the FR4 plate. That's actually default. We've talked about everything. This is like a plate mount stabilizer type of dealie, but it looks like it just pops off. Hello, Kim. How are you doing? Hello. Okay, let's do the FR4 plate. Pour on. Looks like they have red switches, which I think is fine. We'll use the red switches. Wait, Jer, what exactly are you trying to do? What exactly are you trying to do, Jer? Flash it? There's like a whole doc on how to flash it, or okay. Oh, yeah, there's a key bind. So there's like a key combo that you have to press and hold down, and it will like power up and then unlock. No, it's like a key bind you have to press down, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But you go to ZMK Studio and then you hold it and it will like count down and then it unlocks. Wait, is that how you do it? If I remember correctly. Basically there's keys that you need to press and it will unlock it for you. You don't need to flash it with anything. Uh it's in the guide. Shoot. Someone pull up ZMK. There's like a whole documentation on how to do it. I don't have a keyboard, so I can't do it for you. Yeah, it's for the photon. It's for the photon. Wait, photon, right? Yes, it's the photon, yeah. Okay, do that, Jer. Do that and hold it down. What to do? Okay, here. This will go up here. Did it work, Jer? FN. Yeah, alright. Look at this. Did you get it working, Jer? I know, right? We're all trying to help it. He's getting distracted. One, two, three, four, five. Here. I'm assuming the Poron foam is recommended for this, because a plate fork is way too thick, so it won't work here. Some of these go on really easily, and some of them are a little harder. This one. Okay, I turned it back on just because like sometimes I'm talking about important stuff, but then people are like, I'm in an ad. So now it's back on, so I know, oh, they're in an ad, so maybe I can wait a little bit. You guys, why are you so mean to the bots? I'm telling you, they're gonna remember this. When the time comes and Twitch chatbots take over the world, I hope they remember who's on their side and who wasn't. Just saying. Yeah, I know, right? Doing its best, like, not all bots, start out the same, okay? This O. Oh, this is W. Okay. You guys, what the heck? The hair Waymo is under a lot of fire right now because it apparently hit a small child. Yeah. It's like things over a certain size, it just doesn't register for some reason. And so they're really starting to question, like, how safe are these cars? For those who are like, what is a Waymo? It is a self-driving car. And recently, the news was one of the Waymos hit a kid. Yeah, so people are really starting to question, like, how safe these things are. Like, it makes sense from, like, a safety perspective in the sense of, no one's in the car, so you don't have to worry about anything weird happening. But at the same time, it's like, is the car smart enough to really, drive safely and whatnot? Yeah, there's a lot of discourse, I guess, about it all. Yeah, something about how it doesn't quite register certain things. But I mean, I understand why Waymo might be like the safer option, especially like if you're worried about stranger danger. But yeah. Costco? We love Costco. CX. Did I tell you guys how I went to a appointment with my friend. Um, they were basically getting their driver's license. So I went with them because we were supposed to get lunch afterwards. But anyways, they made a mistake on the driver's license. And so we had to go back in because, right? Well, okay, my friend's dumb because they're like, check this and basically tell us if it all looks right. And then I was sitting there and I was like, should I check? Should I like look for them just in case? But I was like, no, it's fine. You know, surely it's okay. And then get in the car to leave like afterwards, and I was like, let me see your picture, right? And then I noticed I was like, they got your address wrong. Like they put like a double E right here. And he was like, wait, really? And I was like, yeah, there's two E's right here. So he was like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna go in and change it. And then I waited in the car because I was like, okay, well, surely they could change it because it's not like finalized. And then I got a bad feeling as I was sitting in the car because I was like, well, what if they don't let him change it, right? So I go in and yeah, he's like talking to like the person and they're like, yeah, you just gotta wait in line or you just gotta go up and they'll change it for you. And so we're waiting in line and I look at it again. I was like, they spelled your name wrong. He looked at it, he's like, wait, really? So not only did they get the address wrong, but they got the name wrong. So I was like, okay, first of all, I knew I should have like looked at it. But second of all, like, did you not check it? Did you not check this at all? But anyways, so we get to the front and the guy is basically saying, oh, they got the address wrong, like that's fine, we can change it because it's technically like not in the system yet, like you have a day before it finalizes, so we can change it here, but it'll be correct on your like on your final one. And then thank goodness the guy was like, well, let me just double check, like this is all your information, this is your phone number. And my friend was like, wait, that phone number is wrong too. So this man got 3 things wrong on the driver's license, right? And it was like really bad too because the guy was not nice to my friend at all, right? Like when he was like speaking to him, he was just not very friendly. And basically my friend was given a form and the guy was like, yeah, you just need to fill out like this part right here. And so that's what my friend listened to them. But then whenever we got up there, the guy was like, you didn't fill out this section. And he was like, well, he told me to only fill out this section. And he was like, but you didn't fill out this section. Like, basically it was like giving him shit and like started like highlighting like all the sections. He's like, you need to fill out all these sections. And then but he was like, well, the guy had told, he's like, I don't care what the guy told you. Maybe it's miscommunication, but you need to fill out these things because I don't know. I can't fill it out for you. And so, like, I was sitting there. Like listening, and I was just like, man, this guy's like not very nice. Okay. But we get it all done, and then I kid you not, this guy did not smile at my friend or like nothing at all. And like once we finished everything, you know, I got up, we said thank you. And then I was like, thank you. this guy looks at me and goes, "Oh, you're welcome, ma'am." And it's like, my friend was just like in disbelief, was like, how come they're so nice to you but so rude to me? And I was like, I don't know, like that yeah, right. Um and then as we went up to like get the address changed, I was standing in line and he was like, yeah, so they got all these things wrong. Uh and then for some reason, the guy just kept talking to me. He's like, yeah, it's like it's not permanent and we can get it changed easily. And like it takes like a full day for, so technically you're still safe. But instead of like telling my friend, he was like talking to me. And then I was like, "Oh yeah?" And he's like, "What? So this isn't your name?" Haha. It was like laughing and talking to me and not to my friend. And my friend was just like, "What the hell?" And then afterwards when he gave back the license, was like, yeah, so here's a license, you'll get the physical one in like 3 to 4 weeks, and gave it to me. It's not my license. He gave it to me, and I was like, oh, thank you. It's just like, what is going on, right? But I felt really bad for my friend because he was like, that's how it always is. He's like, the people there are just not nice. Um, because afterwards I was like, why was he talking to me? It was like, your license. We're the same age. We're the same age. But I guess it was just more comfortable talking to me than to him. And I felt really bad. I felt really bad for him. Because not only was like, well, the guy that helped us correct it wasn't mean, but he just refused to look at and talk to my friend. Instead, just like made eye contact and talked to me. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, I wonder how they would have treated him like if I wasn't here, you know? I'm guessing like the DMV people don't want to talk to like stinky men, like I get it, but it was still like, no, 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 my friend's a guy. But it was like, I was just like, why are you oh my god, I screwed this song the wrong way. Oops, my bad. Um, the case is not final, but there is no like alignment tabs on it. So just be aware, but the case might be changed. Yeah, no, my friend's also a dude, but it was like, I think part of it was insty, which may not make sense because like I'm Asian, but you know, it's the same thing of like I blend in, I'm white passing in the sense of my skin tone, but I was just like, why was that guy talking to me? Why did he hand me your license? Like, I felt so bad for him. I was like, is this how it always is? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, the the guy doing his license was not nice to him. The guy who changed it for him wasn't necessarily rude to him, but just like did not want to talk to him. It's like talking to me. I was like, damn, this sucks. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's bright in a good way. I like bright LEDs. But afterwards, I did call my friend an idiot. I was like, "You idiot! Why did you not check your name?" Like, I was like, "Did you even check it at all? Like, how did you miss your address, your name?" Like the phone number, it was like he couldn't see that, right? But he just like signed it because the guy's like, double check this, make sure everything is correct, and then he like signed it. And then like if I hadn't asked him like, hey, let me see your picture, let me see what it looks like how bad is it? Like if I didn't ask to see it, I would have been like, it would have been hell for him to change it, right? No, he was very nervous. So I mean, I was more so messing with him. And if you're watching, I'm sorry. I thought it's like a funny story now, but um it was definitely one of those moments where I was like, "You idiot. You're so dumb." But yeah, no. He's just a little scared. He is so small, yeah. It's called Bullet Train. Guess we can use this one. Nothing happened. I was just thinking about you and I was like, he's an idiot. Are you allowed to smile in your photos? Some let you, some don't. Like, some will let you retake, some don't. It really depends. You're technically not supposed to smile in your photos, but some just like, they're just like, smile. Not smile, but you're technically not supposed to. Oh, I hear I'm building the bullet train. It's small. Okay. Alright, chat. So today we're building the bullet train. Right now we have the FR4 plate in here and we're using the red switches. And this is the PFF keycaps. Very inoffensive of you. Yeah, so this is a low profile keyboard, and then there is porn foam in here, so that's also probably attributing Also, the mounting for this is a little different. So there are tabs on the plate. However, that's more so for alignment, right? You would say like, you would guess like, oh, those are like the gasket plates, but no. The gaskets are actually put on the PCB and it goes against the bottom case so you don't actually like bottom out. But mounting is on set places on the PCB that goes against the back piece. So it is like a gasket, but it's not on the plate that you would see, right? So yeah. All right, so then let's do. Okay, would you guys rather hear it with a different plate, or would you rather hear it with a different switch? While you guys decide on that and figure out how this works, these look like they prop up. Guessing like this. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Boop. So these just kind of snap on like that. Right? And just whoop. She does what? Huh? My captions? What do my captions say? Oh. Sorry, let me I don't have my IEMs in, that's why I can't hear. Sorry. My bad. But yeah, these look like they're 3D printed. But yeah, these prop it up. Nice, Jer. Okay, do we want to hear the brown switches or do we want to hear the plate? Different plate. Yes. Okay, I guess we'll hear the different switches. I don't know if it's better to take it out. Let's take it out. But yeah, going back to my story, it's like I feel bad. I feel really bad. One good thing about this is that you don't have to worry about the cable pulling off because it's not actually attached to the back case. You need to slack off as much as possible. Yeah? What happened to your Corsa? Oh yeah, I mean if you soldered it back on, then you should be good. You have desoldering wicks? Do you have flux? So if you're using a desoldering wick and you're desoldering the hot swap socket, using flux will be a little easier, help you. But if you don't, one good rule of thumb is definitely go a lower temperature when you're desoldering it and just take your time. Hello.
Hi, start that up.
Thank you. I stopped taking my supplements for the last like few days because I knew I was getting blood work done. Cause from what I've learned is supplements can definitely mask like if you already know you're like deficient in something and that's why you're taking the supplements, then that makes sense. But basically I stopped taking all my like stuff to really get like a more comprehensive overview. Yeah, just use flux, use the desoldering wick, go at a lower temp and just go slow. I wonder if people ever come out with like a bigger low profile. Connor? Connor? Can you feed them? I know, it's time for him to feed them. Okay. So let's hear with the brown switches. I'm hungry too. Hi, Kim. I don't know if my cousin wants to eat before or after. So we'll see. She was actually kind of hesitant about going. And I was like, well, I met her at the Riata event. She's really nice. And she was like, okay, let's go support her. Like, let's go. Lauren was out of town for the Riata event. But why can't I cup the soap? What? What if I was gonna send you some of that soap? I gotta cut it somehow. Right? Yeah, I know. You know who is my ASMR buddy? Person I always send like different ASMR stuff too. Didn't ask. Okay, well, I'm telling you, it's Mason. But I actually haven't talked to Mason in a long time. It's weird, like with the like some people I used to talk to like every single day, especially like with the guild stuff. And now that there's no more guild, kind of lost touch except for like a few. And so it makes me wonder like sometimes it makes me wonder like were we really like that close to begin with? Not that we weren't, but you know, it's kind of like sad to think about, you know, if our friendship like ever extended like past that. But I mean, friendship is a two-way street, so. Well, that's the thing is like, I don't think we would ever catch up. I would ever catch up with some of those people. Because we're never put, like, we would never be put in a situation where it's like, oh my god, hey, you know, how are you doing, you know. And I think part of that is also me not being the type of person to be like, what up, you know. It's unlocked, congratulations. Jared, it took you long enough. Holy shit, I have a lot of ads. Can the mods change that? Oh my god. I thought it already changed it so it's less, but I feel like there are so many ads. Oh, it's a... Jesus. It's already on the longest... Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. Holy crap. Okay, I've lowered it a lot. Jesus. Now it's a 3-minute ad every 36. It was 3 minutes ad every 18. Holy sugar. Oh, you can? Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, to all my friends who I don't keep up with, I'm sorry. I should really do better about that. I know, I was trying to change it, but it's like... Yeah. Yeah. I saw that too. It's like, what the heck? Hi, Matt. What's up? Would you guys prefer that? Hopefully the ad thing goes into effect. You know what's crazy? I had 5 people send me the same reel. Guess what reel it was? This lady posted herself throwing pottery on a wheel, but she was drinking water like a hamster. I had 5 people send that to me. 5 people. I was like, what does this say about me? I haven't been into the studio in about a week, but I need to. I have a few commissions that I'm trying to finish up, but been really busy. So I'm gonna try and go in tomorrow. But I had like my online, my little Ko-fi small drop. So I'm gonna start shipping those out too. No, I know what I want to make for yours. I think I already told you what I was gonna do. But I think it's gonna be really cute. Like I have it like imagined in my head. It's gonna be really cute. And I hope I'm able to execute it well. But we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be a pufferfish, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry it's taking me so long. I've made a lot of stuff, but I think part of it was I was just so afraid of it not turning out well. And it was mostly me not feeling confident in my own skills. But also me like wanting to make things for people, but then not being ready for it. So I think a large part of it was like really wanting to make sure that I got the glazes right. I could throw well, but I'm definitely feeling a lot more confident now. Not completely, but I feel comfortable. So, and like on the Ko-fi that I listed for people and why it was like so cheap, and it's mostly because like it was actually a lot of you guys who supported me in the beginning. I don't don't have highest expectation. Oh my god. Don't say that to me. I'm Asian. Jesus. What the hell? I'm just kidding. But anyways. um but yeah, it's mostly I actually would not have been able to start like my pottery stuff if it weren't for like Twitch, or like getting like my subs from Twitch, and also people supporting me like outside of Twitch. So um, that's why the pieces were lower. But I also knew that some people would be like mad at me for listing it that low. So that's the only reason I like put it so, you know, if you really wanted to give more, like it's there. But like I'm totally fine if it was just like this. I wish I could have like sent things out for free. Oh, F G H A S D. But I knew like, I mean, I don't even know yet. I don't even know how much. I need to see if I can actually do it first. I think collecting the payment up front is like more pressure for me, because then it's like, oh my god, they paid me. Whereas like, since you haven't paid yet, it's like, oh, you know. I really do want to consider doing a like fellowship somewhere. It doesn't have to be like out of country or anything, just anywhere. The hardest thing would be leaving my doggy behind, but if I were to do it in the US, I could potentially bring her. I just need to find like lodging. So I did early commissions for my family, for my aunt, because she's always been like really, she comments on all my things. I'm so full. Good. I'm glad. I don't know how much this will change in terms of sound, but you'll see. Hello. Oh, oh my. Oh my. Oh, okay. What is that? I'm not clicking that. Let's center for... Is a song just open it? No. No. There's a tea block place that I'm going, the tea store place I'm going to go to Taiwan. They sell tea in like blocks. I'll send it to Insty, but I'm excited. I'm really excited to go to Taiwan. We have listened to K-pop recently on stream. You just weren't here. I mean, even chat was like, don't tell Vin we're listening to K-pop. You know what? I'm gonna prop this up this time. Okay. Pretty sure it was Insty. You know, Insty can ban you, but you can't ban Insty. That's the thing. Insty can remove it from you. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is FR4 plates, but we're using the brown switches now. No, it's not even the keys. It's my nails, cause look how long they've gotten. They've grown a lot. If you're not used to typing with nails, this is like my training arc, you know? My training arc. But anyways. Okay. I actually thought that it was a little bit more comfortable to type once we added these feet on. I think this is something that the feet will come with, right? Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it will come with the feet. Yes, 2 angling feet, yeah. It did feel more comfortable typing on this. However, if you're someone who likes to just type on it flat, that's a choice, but it will come with this one, right? I wish I had more time to do this other plate, but it looks like other creators have built with this plate, so Um, can't stay for too long, but we can talk about it. We still have about 45 minutes to at least talk about it. It is a shorter build stream, but thankfully I didn't have to do stabilizers. 3 minute ad. Okay, we're gonna wait until the ad comes back. People are back from the ad. See, so that's why it's like good to know. Oh, oops. Pretty cool little board, yeah. The low profile stabilizers exist. So this is plate mount stabs, but yeah, so they're gonna be offering it with the group buy or with the page. Or I mean, sorry. With the board, let's see, they have it right here. So plate mount, right? So right here. Right here. Something that you can buy. So these are the low profile ones. So yes, they do exist. I don't think, is it included with the page? Or with the board? It is included with it. So you don't have to worry. Right? So that's nice. I mean, that makes sense, right? Okay. Wait. Why do I K-pop Demon Hunters? It's on my Discover Weekly. On my taskbar? Huh? Where? Oh, this is the... That's why. It's just the Windows thing. See, now it's the weather. Yes, you're welcome. I actually still have not watched that movie completely. I've watched bits and bobs. Yeah. Okay. Is your friend being an idiot? I was thinking about you and I was like, he's an idiot. Okay. Welcome back from the ad. So, this is the bullet. We built it. So, it was a very fast build, but that's because it only had 2 stabilizers and it was already built. But this is actually in group buy right now. If you guys are interested, there's gonna be 5 colors. This is the black, but it'll also come in dark green, lilac, pink, and silver. So 5 colors. So we were told that this part right here is going to be where you can put stickers, and I think they'll give stickers, but then they'll also have a template. So if you wanted to make your own sticker, you can place it here. So that's really cool. But this board kind of reminds me of like, not only can you put like a sticker right here, but there's like a cutout for like a keychain or a charm. And the board is like really light. Like you could technically just like put this in your bag or pocket and like a keychain. I put a keychain on it. It's like your cute little, it's like my keyboard pocket. But other than that, it is a low profile board and you are missing some keys, right? So someone was saying that they could see this as like a gaming board. I don't know if they actually wrote on the page like what inspired them to build it. It might be on the Geek Hack page, but this does technically qualify as like a 40%. So if you're asking like why didn't they put all the keys, this is actually a specific layout that's known in the 40s hobbies. So this layout right here, if you guys haven't heard about it before, it's neat because you can either get the split spacebar, which is good for like split spacebar. A lot of 40s users like it, but you can also get a big bar. So big bar is what they would call it, right? So go across. So you do have two layout options. But yeah, just looking at it, this would be like a good gaming keyboard. This is something you just like pop out at like the LAN party. It doesn't have all the numbers, but you could always layer it. And this one, these LEDs, so there's actually 3 of them. And I didn't check if they're indicators, so let me do that really quick. I don't know if they're actually indicators. I would need to rebind it. Okay, they are status indicators. So they are. So I guess depending on how you program it, right? So you do have these LEDs, they're diffused, right? There's a 1, 2, 3. The numbers only go up to 6. This part is for a sticker. This part is for a keychain or a charm if you want to add it. And this case is not final. So in the final case, they've actually cut away a portion of this. So the purpose of that is if you were interested in putting like a chain or a keychain or charm or a keychain on it, basically with the way that this board is designed right now, you run into the problem, whereas if you were to hook it, you could see how there would be some interference, right? But with this part cut out, you would have a lot more space for the chain part or the keyring to actually, you know, be there without interfering with the low flat profile. So this case is definitely not final. But yeah, so 2 layouts, you have the split bars or you have the big bar, 5 different colors, keychain holder, sticker place that they'll give you stickers or they'll give you a template. They have the indicator, right? And then it also has arrows, right? So arrows good for gaming. Side profile, so low profile, very, very slender. Back, the back is, the screws are not final. Looks like they're gonna have a lot more, but where they're gonna be, not entirely sure. Same with like the feet, so we're not really gonna like pay attention to that. But here you have the branding, and then it does use the right hand USB. Yeah, I mean, I think using this for gaming, at least for certain games, definitely is something that finding like a case use for it. If you're a 40s user and you're already used to not having like the numero, like having these extra keys must be like, wow, what a blessing. I mean, I don't know. But in a normal 40s, like you already would just like not have this row anyways. So having these extra keys is like nice. And you can always rebind it, like so you see you could do 7890, like you can rebind it. So it's not that big of a deal. Internally, this sticker part is also a cavity for the battery, and the board does use Molex and daughter board, but it's all on this top case, so you don't have to worry about it. Pricing, it starts at, I want to say, I said it earlier, I want to say it was like 170. Yeah, so let's just look at the product page together. The board is aluminum, so I know Canon Keys has been offering a lot more boards that are the lower price end, but that's because of the injection molding and whatnot. And this one though is aluminum, right? So this is the product page. So the 5 colors, the 2 layouts, you have 2 PCB options. However, on the extras, you can get a soldered, right? Here's everything you'll get. So default comes with FR4 plate. You'll get the feet that I added on here earlier that I showed you guys. Plate foam, and then the gaskets, the sticker. So currently open now until March 8th. And yeah, so here they talk about, you see it's a 40-ish with low profile, right? And then this layout. So here's more. Oh, so while they're introducing, or while they're selling the bullet train, they're also introducing PFF, which is PBS, but a slimmer form factor. And they'll have 2, right, that you can buy. You can buy Verdant Retro, or you can buy WOP. WOP. And then for the switches and the stabilizers, so they'll give you stabilizers, but you do need to buy the switches, and that will be here, right? So they'll have the reds, the silent reds, the browns, which is what we used last, the silent browns. And then here are the keycaps. So if you're getting these for the board, it's $28 and $30, like 2 added on. These are the feeds. Oh, they added it. So you have 3 plate options. Default comes with FR4, but you can also get aluminum or PC. So 3 plate options. And then here, so this is the important part, is if you get the hot swap PCB, right, it only works with these switches only. However, if you get the solder, it works with these 2. Okay, so that's just one thing to be aware of. This is not your typical MX build where you can just use like an MX switch. These are low profile, so you have to buy the specific switches based on the PCB that you get. And then the same thing goes for the stabilizers, right? These are the Gateron low profile stabilizers that you get, but you can buy extras in here. It's not just like your normal stabilizers that you can use. I think the biggest thing, the Kailh chalk works with the solder, but the hot swap PCBs work with the Gateron low only. Yeah, and then they have like examples or like a list of what's compatible. So just be aware of that. So default, you will not get the solder PCB, but you can buy it separately. And you can either get it with the wired hot swap or wireless hot swap. But then if you get solder, it's going to be wired. There's not a wireless solder. Okay? Just to be sure. Sometimes buying keyboards is a little confusing because there's like nuances with like the PCBs. So that's just something to be aware of. But in terms of everything else, pretty straightforward. To confirm, these are like indicators. At least it is set on the Geek Hack. But yeah. I'll show you guys the feet again just so you see what it looks like, but these are like the angling feet if you want to add them to your board, right? So these just snap on. So you can technically place them wherever you want. I'll just like place it here. And then you can see it just angles it up, right? Like that. Neat. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, so like the pros and cons of the board and what I like and what I don't like, right? So it's interesting to see a low profile board. I feel like you never see that, especially within customs. And that's one of the cool things that I think kind of sets Canon Keys apart from like the other vendors is they cover a lot of areas that aren't normally covered specifically. So for example, like split ortho, keyboards, or 40s boards. So I think Canon Keys does a really good job of kind of like filling in like the niches of the market while still offering like mainstream stuff, right? But they're the ones that really, go beyond. Thank you for the follow. Like go beyond like more into like the enthusiast part. So seeing something like this, right? Especially now that smaller designers aren't really like doing runs anymore. So seeing something like this is really cool. Also, low profile custom keyboards just not common, like at all. Like the options available for low profile stuff is so minimal, right? Like there's a market, but it's definitely not as big as like the HE or the MX market, right? So while your options are like a little bit more limited, I mean, there definitely is a market for low profile. A lot of people actually do like low profile, um, but at least within the custom hobby, it's like you don't see it often, like if at all. So it's really cool to see that. Um, the case is being changed, so I'm not going to comment much about that, just because it's not final. So it's unfair of me to like critique. Um, they're already changing the keychain, which is something I commented on. I'd say I hope that they add some kind of like anchor point to like help you align the bottom case, because right now there's no anchor point. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal because it's so thin, and as long as you can align the screw holes, but I think that some kind of anchor point would maybe be nice. Not necessary, but would be nice. And then also cool to see, like, I feel like it's very. I, is it fair to say it's very Y2K for like, oh, you can like put stickers, you can put charms, you can like bling it out if you want to. Um, I don't know if that's like a fair thing to say, but as like a girly who likes to put stickers, who likes to put charms, it's like that's kind of cool to see, right? Might not be everyone's type of like cup of tea, and the board is definitely more like of a niche board. But if that's like something that you like, right? It's just really cool to see from Canon Keys these like more unique boards, right? Might not be as like popular or mainstream, but I think it's very cool to see something like this. But yeah, I'm not gonna comment too much about like the case itself just because it's not final. I do think they did, incorporate the battery in like a unique way, and that it's good that the daughter board is not on um, the bottom case, so you actually don't have to worry about, taking it apart whenever you're opening it. I will say the mounting is a little interesting because it's gaskets on the PCB. It's not actually gaskets on the plate, which, at least the Poron adhesive gaskets, right? So that would mean that if you buy multiple PCBs, you would need multiple gaskets to make sure it go in the case. Whereas like if it were on, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like that argument between like, do I put the gaskets on the case or on the plate? But now it's like on the PCB. So it is interesting to see that they implemented the gaskets on the PCB and not like on the plate, right? Or not on the case. But I mean, I think that's like the nature of the low profile, because if you think about it, right? So if you're like, well, why didn't they just put it on the plate? But if you think about it, right? So if you were to just put the gaskets here, it's just that there is so little room for tolerance that I'm guessing you would run into the problem of it shorting out, especially if you're more heavy-handed. So it makes sense that you would want to like put something there, but it has to be like thin enough. I could see maybe them incorporating like a top mount for it, or it's like asking like why didn't they do a top mount for it. But I think it still runs into that issue where it's like you need something at least kind of like supporting it here. But like I said, this is just me kind of like hypothesizing, kind of like talking to myself. But yeah, the gaskets are on the PCB, you know, to basically support it, especially in this type of pro or case where it's like, you know, you could see like it's very, very thin, right? So yeah, I think if you're looking for something, you know, just like a keyboard to like put in your bag and take to the LAN to play, you know, especially if you like something low profile, like this definitely has those check marks. I will say it's a lot more niche than some of the boards that I've built recently, but I mean, that's a cool thing about keyboards, right? Custom keyboards, is you'll find cool boards like this. And I will say that the Canon Key branding is very subtle. So technically you could, you know, sticker bomb this side as well. And it's very light. So yeah. Oh, hi, Upas. I was just kind of finishing up. I was mostly making theories about why the gaskets are on the PCB rather than like trying to like incorporate it on the plates, and also maybe like doing like a different mount, like a top mount. But I was mostly saying that the clearance between like everything is so small that having the gaskets at least on the PCB makes sense, right? Yeah. I yeah, mostly just talking about why it's not on the plate. Or like elsewhere. You're a gasket, I know. Thank you for that. But Upas is one of the owners, so is Anna. Also, he can explain a lot of the designs. But other than that, I mean, I think the board's really cool, right? What? This is a gaming keyboard. Chopper, don't be mean. Chopper's not a keyboard enthusiast, so ignore him. What the heck? Partially because of the clearance, but also we wanted a consistent type of feel. The extra numbers, it's tough to get it consistent if you mount via the plate in certain spot. Oh yeah, that is true. That's true. That makes sense. Cool. But yeah, really interesting board. I haven't seen anything like it. Yeah, I hope it does well too. I mean, I was saying it earlier, but I think Canon Keys does a really good job kind of like filling in like very specific niches while still being like a larger well-known vendor. So while smaller designers are kind of being more cautious or not running these types of ideas, it's nice to see stuff like this, especially like as a 40s user. I'm not a 40s user. I think they're cute, but you know, I can only imagine as a 40s user seeing something like this and also being low profile, right? But of course, you're still limited to what the market has to offer in terms of like the switches and whatnot. But I think the biggest thing to take away from this, so like the TLDR, I didn't watch the stream or miss the stream, is that low profile board. This is a layout that it's like the I typed it out earlier, but it's like a traditional layout that is already known, right? You can also do wireless. There is a charm holder. Yes, that one. Yes, that one. Um, and yeah, it's just low profile. And also it's introducing PFF, which is, I don't want to say a spin-off of PBS, Penguin Belly Sleigh, but it's like they're like cousins, right? So you have like the low profile. So that would be cool to see. So if you want, you know, specific keycaps for this, you can buy them. And I think the kits are what, 28 and 30. So of the 5 colors, if you want, I didn't see this one offered as an option, but I did read that. Da, 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 da. they're not the final version. Oh, it's called Penguin Flatfoot? Oh, I only saw PFF. Yeah, it's like a cousin of Penguin Belly Slide. Oh, yeah, Penguin Flat Feet. Brand new dye sub low profile. Cute. Oh yeah, someone was asking, yeah, the wired hot swap starts at 170 and the wired hot swap 170, wireless hot swap is 200 for this one. But yeah, that is the board. Did you guys have any questions or? Yeah, it's cool because it's also aluminum case, right? And now there's wireless with it too. So that's very interesting to see. Real life pink one? You gotta ask Upas, do you have a real life pink one? A proto pink one yet? I don't know who is scanning the boards. Sadly, no. No! Just purple. I think Alex has built it. Same with Apiary. So if you guys are interested in seeing their builds, I don't know whose unit I got, but those two have built it. And in terms of who else will be building it, I'm not sure, but it's starting to make the rounds. And this will be live until March 8th, so. I did see the purple one. Oh, yes. Then, yeah. Then I'm guessing this one was from Apiary? But yeah. That's a build. Thank you all for watching. I know it's like a little shorter, but I mean, small board, small stream, so. Can I link my weak core is? I don't have a keyboard at the moment plugged in. Okay, Lauren is coming over. Okay. Well, the reason I did like an earlier stream is because I have to go to something with my cousin later, and it might run a little long, which is why it's an earlier stream. Give it a good time. Thank you. I was gonna stream this later tonight, but I just thought I would get home too late, you know? And I try not to, like sometimes the review streams don't get as many people if I stream too late, you know? I'm late. No, you're good. Hello. It was just a very short stream. Yeah, I'm making candles. I have a family. I'm going to hang out with my family. We're making candles. So it'll be fun. Alright, but bye YouTube. Thanks for watching. Oh, and thank you Canon Keys for sending it out. Thank you everyone.